Hi there, greetings everybody. I want to welcome you here to Prog Monster. My name is Murph. I am the host of this show, a show dedicated to progressive rock and other forms of rock music. I find my throat getting crappy already. Anyways, we're here to do the new monthly series, the series for the month of September, which is my 30 favorite, I guess you would call it favorite, 30 favorite rock musicians who have passed away. I wanted to give some more attention to these people. I did do a series a few years back about, I picked two people for each year from 1963, I think, or it might even been earlier, 63 right through to when the series stopped in 2022. So I picked like probably over 120 people. Now I'm just going to give a little more attention to some of these people. And we're going to start with episode 1. Basically, I'm just going to tell you who it is and when they passed, and then give you a little bit of a kind of a history of the person and then why I kind of like them and what their abilities were, that kind of stuff. So we're going to start with number 30, which is Boston's lead singer, Brad Delp. So Brad, of course, played on all three of these albums. Boston's debut, their second album, Don't Look Back, and the third album here, which is Walk On. This is Third Stage. Walk On was the one he actually wasn't on. So, Brad Delp, I think the thing about the reason he sticks in my mind is this guy had one of the most incredible voices in rock history, with a range probably only rivaled by Freddie Mercury. Really, he just an incredible voice. He could reach notes that I've never heard anybody able to reach and sustain without cracking, without that falsetto sound. Maybe it was falsetto, but it certainly did not sound like that to me. Played with several bands too, not just with Boston. He was with Boston, and that's the band that made him famous, and he had developed a relationship with Tom Schmoltz going back to like 1970, and then they did some stuff together with Barry Goudreau, who was kind of the guy that kind of introduced them together. And he was on 4 of the Boston albums, which is saying a lot because they were spaced out a long way. I think the only one he wasn't on was the Walk On one, and that was mostly because of a conflict of interest as far as timing. He was with another band and couldn't do it at that point in time. He did do some stuff with Barry Goudreau, who I think was a lifelong friend of his. They did quite a few things together. He did some stuff with, of course, the little bit of stuff with a band called RTC, which I also think Goudreau played with. I could be wrong, but I think he did as well. Or Ryan the Hunter, another band. He did some stuff with Goudreau, with him and Goudreau together, under the same, like under both of their names. He did some with Goudreau under his own name, under Goudreau's name, and he also did some stuff with a guy called Mark Miller. So he'd been on quite a few albums. He wasn't just solely. He did some vocal stuff for both Keith Emerson and Bruce Arnold as well. So he'd been out there. He wasn't just strictly a Boston guy, but that's where he's known for. I mean, this is one of the greatest debut albums ever released, maybe the greatest of all time, and his vocals have a lot to do with that, I think. He just has such a smooth, crystal clear, high, fantastic range vocals that few people could could not compete with. He's just an amazing singer, and even live, and he had that look of a rock star too. The smooth sounding, the what I would call the porn stash of the day, So he had everything going. So he was born on June the 12th in 1951, and he passed away on March the 9th, 2007, at the age of 55. So he had a fairly lengthy musical career dating back to the early 70s. I quite liked him. I think the main reason I chose him is because I thought this guy has one of the most outstanding voices ever. Just a real pleasure to listen to. So that's my pick for the first day of this this month's series, which is my 30 favorite rock musicians who have since passed on, and going with Brad Delp today of Boston. So I hope you've enjoyed this. Please hit the like and subscribe. If you want to make comments about Brad or say anything about him at all, that would be great. It's just a chance to talk about what I consider to be a great, great musician. So take care and have yourself a good day and a good night and a good afternoon, and goodbye here from Prog Monster.